Hiya, it's Xavier. Welcome to my Bonsai Retreat. It's not often you get to see me looking like this, and Candace, yes, it's going to take me a very long time to get back on my feet. Today we're going to do a bit of a tour around the bonsai jungle, because that's how it's looking right now. You'll get to see updates on a lot of the trees that I've been working on through the first half of the year, and just a little feel for how things are right now. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get moving with the tour. Good morning. Well, it's the 17th of May, and the garden's in a bit of a clutter because we had to get some water leaks sorted out. So I thought I'd give you a quick look at how things are. There you see a bench there. Instead, there's just a refilled hole. Apparently, I've got old lead piping, and there were 5 little holes on it. There's the oak forest with Mr. Cheetah looking very, very proud and happy. All the leaves are opening up on that, so I'm very, very happy. Rhinoceros there on the ash pond forest. He's wandering away, very disgusted. Definitely not happy. You saw me repot my old 22-year-old Japanese larch. I don't know if you saw that. Well, you've definitely seen the little one there in the Dawn Isaac ceramic. But I put a little oak as a sort of semi-cascade. And we've just got the buds opening up now. Behind us in a little Japanese larch forest. Got the lion and a gorilla, because, you know, they'll often be together. I don't know if that's turkey oak. Someone tell me. The leaves on it are a little bit more unusual than the standard leaves for an oak. Then the little mame apple, sycamore, ash. Lovely. Just at this stage when the leaves are just nice and small still, although the sycamore there, they're definitely ready to have the top leaves clipped, and in there will be the new leaves coming out. I don't know if those of you remember, just there, Dawn Redwood forest that I made from all the cuttings. Still seem to hanging on. This is a lovely little, I'll say mame. I mean, it is mame sycamore. It's at least 8 years old. I do love working with those. What's that we've got hiding behind my maple? I do believe that is one of the elderberries. Certainly it too has survived my hacking. So we'll be to see how that gets on. Tony's Literati Notophagus. I say Tony's, but I always think of it as his. I was a little bit worried about the Korean hornbeam. Didn't have the greatest of root structure, but that seems to be hanging on fine. Silver birch. Definitely lots of leaves on that. Dawn redwoods. We're now looking for the next sign, which is when these shoots go to that reddy colour, and then we know we can do our pruning on that. Our little dinosaur Japanese larch thingy. I think the biggest thing I'm really, really happy about, I haven't touched it yet, is my cloud larch project. The panda's very, very happy about it, but this is the first year, after 3 or 4 years of trying to get some pad development going. You'll see we've actually got some really, really nice pads forming. The first coming round, second one taking the bend further up, and then we've got the little pads there and up to the top, and I'm absolutely over the moon on that one. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And as a result of having to move those trees to allow the waterworks to go on yesterday, everything has been absolutely dumped everywhere. I don't think you saw me, but I actually did a repot on this larch. You've never seen that one. That one's from 2002. It's just been sitting in a washing up tub for quite some time. So that'll be worked on some point this year. The sea of trees. I've actually brought up here a lot of trees that I'm going to be doing some either very, very hard prunes on, trunk chop type work. A lot of these have been in growing beds for many years, and this is the year where I'm going to actually make some serious decisions. The big oak, all out in leaf now. I mean, that's 4 foot. Looking lovely. Got the Scots pine, which I'm going to need to talk to Kenneth about. The blooms on this quince, absolutely incredible. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Remember, I think I showed you that was a root on rock larch and hornbeam, which I think you saw in my root on rock video. Tucked in behind it there is that lovely root on rock Chinese elm. All those tridents have got to be worked on. I won't be doing any major work, but I will be just looking at anything that's got some decent growth and pruning on it. But I think a lot of work's going to happen in the autumn for these. A couple of large forests there. Only when you look down at this, it's almost believable. Some apples in there. Dawn redwood. We're working on those Scots pines. Got the lovely candles extending now. They'll probably let them extend a little bit more, and then we'll do a bit of candle pinching, I think. The oak forest. The leaves are starting to open up on that, and as you'll see, they didn't all open up from places that I thought they would, but we'll get leaf buds coming at all sorts of different points on that, which is going to allow me to play around with canopy heights and stuff like that. Really, really happy with that. I mean, the yew, look at that. Growth on those yews. All those lovely shoots coming out. We'll be working on those probably in another month. I'm going to ask for a call out for help on this. I think I asked last year as well. My Satsuki Azaleas is one there. Lovely Dawn Isaac pot. But I still struggle with all of them. Look at the leaf colour on these. Now, I'm sure it's going to be something to do with the soil or something. This time of the year, I'd be hoping they'd all be really bright green, but they've got combinations of purples and obviously some dying off there, red, and this spot on them. Second one there, very, very similar. A couple that are quite nice and green, but certainly these ones, they've been getting it each year. I just need to know what I should be feeding, or what. I mean, they got repotted probably two years ago. I just want to know what anyone who knows a lot about Satsuki, what they think. My late wife's apple. I'm just amazed how healthy that's looking. Really, really looking wonderfully healthy. But you've seen out there the jades that worked on earlier. And I think you would have seen me work on that by now, but that is just hungry, hungry hippo. You are very, very happy with that. All that growth. Very happy. And the Eleagnus, you will have seen me working on that a lot earlier in the year. And I did that leaf defoliation. And just to prove it does work well, here we are, probably nearly 3 months later. And look at all that new growth. Lovely, gold coloured. Beautiful. And I'll probably get in and have another prune on that, or leaf cutting in another month's time. So very, very happy with that. And then, as I say, at the moment we've lined the path with other stuff that's going to be worked on. Last year you saw me hack that thing about. Just forgotten what it's called for a moment. Yeah, all the ficus there. They're now acclimatizing to being outside, as of the jade. I love it when the grass is cut. Looks beautiful. And this very, very unusual maple. Weird style I've got it in. It's in a no style, I think, at the moment. Not only was it the water being sorted out, but also I needed to get in and weed and have a think about how I'm going to make optimum use of this nursery bed area. What is going to happen, I think I mentioned it in an earlier video, is I've got some 10 brackets that are going to go across that retaining wall, and I'm going to have shelf there. All the root on rock projects there Trident Maples, they're all flushed out. And Chinese elms, really happy there. Oaks now, full leaf, and brilliant. I'd planted out one of the totally unsuitable tridents, and it's growing slowly, mainly because that root ball down there is still around the top, so I should have sorted that better, but hey, give it a few more years and some of those branches may well be coming off. The railway bed, full of stuff entirely, so I'm not sure how much of that you'll see, but again, this is one of the Chinese elms that started as a cutting, and now that's really got big. Very happy with that. Some oak projects in there. Crab apple, all sorts going on in there. And for those of you who watched the Yamadori Dig, that's the one I did with collaboration with Yeli. Well worth watching if you haven't seen it. This is how they're getting on. Loads and loads of shoots to pick from. I will be chopping very low down later in the year. This one again, going to chop very low down. This is my favourite. Loads of leaf on it now. And I think there are three. I think we've got hornbeams and English elms amongst those, and there's the last of those, and that will be cut very low down as well. I can't remember, one of the things I did was, can't remember whether that was just an old root or something. Can't remember what I did with that. It's in one of those earlier videos, but that's got loads of bud points. I think it was a root offcut. I wanted to see whether or not I could get it to grow, so it has. And now we go to the very slow story of my olive prune. As I said, a number of people have said they do tend to sulk. But what I am seeing, certainly on this one now, it's coming in closer. On those branch edges, there definitely now seems to be buds coming up. So I'm happy there. I think we're seeing similar sort of swelling within the branches. So, and there's a lovely little bug on the end there. Yeah, go back to my Satsuki. There's an example of one, the colour I'd expect it to be, nice and green. And then you look at this one here, and those leaves are in terrible state. So please, if anyone knows what to do about that, tell me. Yeah, I'm going through the arch. Unfortunately, one half of that vine has died. So there's a little remnant that's going to try and break through. Come down here so rarely now. But there's the kids cutting the aster projects. They're all doing fine. A few more little marmite projects I'm working on, and I mean, a lot of them are still cutting size, but that little Japanese larch, love the way that started to develop. And then lovely, all sorts of weeds, and obviously loads more Chinese elms getting bigger and bigger. That's what we want. Some lovely, that's a lovely bonsai weed. I love those sort of weeds. I've got to come down here and do some weeding, I think. And then some of the apples, and what was I going to show you? Oh gosh, got this one hiding down here as well. It's always good to not have it on display. Yeah, the hornbeam. I think this was the one. In fact, you've seen the apical air layer, which, although the air layer failed, it's still rooted. This one we'll have a look at shortly, because all the wire on it, and this is where you've got to really, this time of year, keep an eye on how that wire is potentially digging in at different places. But yeah, got a response there. I wanted a response there. We'll see what I'm going to do with that. So from Xavier, down at the bottom of our Bonsai Retreat. Hope you enjoyed the little update tour. Sometimes they can be a bit boring and dull, but hey, it's all part and parcel of life in the bonsai world. Got any questions about any of the trees or any others that you wanted to be updated about, please let me know. Definitely plans in there for a few of them. But apart from that, all the best. Happy bonsaiing. God bless. Cheers.